video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the beautiful new Parson cross die from the John Next Door collection to make quite a simple card. What I've done here is use a little bit of paper piecing. We're going to make it without that, just to show you how the layers work together and build up. And this makes just a really stunning card. And changing the colours will change this completely, but there are so many different combinations you can use with this die set because it's been done in parts. So first of all, you get the circle, then you get 4 of the circle panels. So of course you can actually match those together in different ways to give you different looks, different styles. They can go around the circle, they can create a square, they can go together and create a beautiful sort of triangle shape. There's lots and lots of different options that can be done with these 4 little dies in the set. You then get an outside line for the square so that this die can cut in or cut out. You get an outside line for the circle again, so the circle can cut in and out. You get an inner circle, so again you can make that into a beautiful wreath or circle. You get this beautiful center panel, cuts this teardrop shape, and the little mat to go with it. There's so many different combinations and options you can use with this one. The combinations and the cards are endless on this. So we're going to start, and I'll bring in the panels I've got. So we're starting with a piece of white, and this is Coconut White Crafts 2 Essential card. And this has been cut to 6 by 6, and it fits the circle perfectly. So we're simply going to tape the circle down. We'll run that through our machine and we'll cut that. Now I've already got this cut to speed it up, and I've taken next a piece of black card, again in the same size, and you want to just get your pieces together, and it may help just to tape this down on your board to stop it moving. We simply then take our 4 corners or our 4 sections of our circle, and using the white cut circle as a guide, we lay those down. So I'm going 1, 2, taping each die as we go along, 3 and 4, and the look is there. You don't have to get it exact, but if you're concerned, just match these points on the die. We then remove the white top and we run that piece through and we cut it, and that will give us this beautiful panel just here. So we'll take that tape off, and you see that fits on the square exactly to give us that beautiful square panel. Now the easiest way to do this is not to foam mount it unless you're using a larger piece, but is to use a little bit of spray glue, and I use Craft Mount by 3M, and I'm simply going to take my square and I'm matching the circle in the center. So I'm moving it round until I've got it exactly right. So let's just get this right in the right place. There we go. Spot on. And there we've got our panel just simply placed in. So all we would do next is this will actually now go onto a red piece. I've got pieces everywhere I've pre-cut, again to the same size, and we'll put that on. So again, really easy. So I'm just simply going to take a little bit of wet glue on this and glue this into place. And I've cut this to just a little bit bigger, so this is 6 1/8. And there we've got our piece cut. So now we need to work on the top. So we're going to take a piece of silver card. This is a piece of the Craft Artist satin card in silver. We want the outside line and the detail die together. So simply take a long piece of tape, pick the inside die up. This gives you two handles so you can hover over, because this die, to make sure it's delicate, is quite thin. So be careful using it. Pick that up, we tape that down, and we simply run that through the machine. And that gives us a perfect silver panel. Using the outside line, we simply cut a square to match in the red. And again, I'm going to spray glue this together for speed and, to be honest, for accuracy. And because the die cuts the outside panel, there we have straight away our outside panel that fits in. So now we need to cut our circle. And what we're going to do is we need to tie together these three dies. No, we don't. I'm sorry. We need to carry the two together. So again, take a long piece of tape, pick up the center, hover over the circle, tape that down onto a piece of card, run that through and cut that, which gives us this beautiful circle sort of medallion. Or you could thread ribbon through here. You can drop pearls into it, as I did on the original one. You can, as I say, thread ribbon through. You could wind different types of thread through. There's so many options with this, it's crazy. So using the simple outside line die again, we cut a black mat for this. And that's the benefit of having separate dies. It means that you don't have to have a second die set to cut your circles or your squares or anything like that. So you can see now how that will mount onto there. We simply then, again, taking the last two dies in the set, we take again a long piece of tape, pick up the middle, hover round until we have that in the right place, and we cut those two together in black, which gives us this one here. And again, using just the outside line, we cut that in white and mount those two pieces together. So just make sure it's in the right place. And there we go. So we've really simply got all the pieces we need made and cut. So we'd simply foam mount those together. So I've got a larger card blank here, cut at 7 by 7, a 6.5 inch mat, and a 6 3/8 mat of red, just to balance the whole thing out. So we're simply going to add, and for speed, I'm not adding as much foam tape as I normally would. So I'm just going to add a couple of little pieces. And this will mat on top to our card blank. We'll then take the silver panel. And that will tape on top. Really simply, and take a little bit more time when you're making this. I've probably gone a little bit skew with because I've not taken the time cutting these. So our circle goes on top of that, and just make sure that you use the dots to line it up against the points. We'll finally finish with our little sort of teardrop circle in the center again, matching the points on those four. And then I would very simply start to decorate this either with using paper piecing or using some of the Craft Artist stick-on pearls, just in the points that almost cry out for them, as if I designed it that way. I do like a pearl on a card. So we would simply go like that, or we could drop in pieces of silver as we've done here and drop in sections of red to offset. So two different options of card, made using the same dies, the same cutting techniques and the same die set.